I hope you're mentally well and physically well. Trump calls the UK government weak and stupid. The UK is slowly waking up and finding out that they are not an ally, they're not a friend, they're not buddies with America. They are finding out that they are a bitch on a leash. They are a pet or a useful weapon, but they definitely ain't friends on, in this relationship. The USA is not Batman and you are not Robin. Yeah, it's more like Nino and G Money in New Jack City. That's what it's more like. Anyway, the point is that when I have to differentiate, because some people are dumb. When I talk about the UK government, I'm not talking or certain white people in power. I'm not speaking about the UK population. I believe most things are about class, not about colour. So I believe that the average working class person, white person, has more in common with the average working class black person. I believe a black millionaire and a white millionaire, have more in common than two working class people, unless that white person was poor and became rich and that black person became poor, rich and rich. But anyway, the point is, Trump called the UK government weak and stupid. Let's watch it. And as we go along, I'm going to translate their polite language into street terms. Let's go.
Very good morning to you. Welcome to the program. We start with breaking news. Very good morning to you. Welcome to the program. We start with breaking news. In just the last few moments, President Trump has launched an attack on the UK over the decision to hand the Chagos Islands to Mauritius. In a post just moments ago on Truth Social, the president called the decision an act of great stupidity.
Now, we should just pause and take a look at the whole...
Do you call your friends stupid? Do you call your buddy stupid? You may when you're alone, when you're in a room and you're chatting and you're like just chilling out, you may call your friends stupid. You will not publicly call your friends stupid to the whole world. You would not publicly call your friends stupid because you don't really mean you're stupid. You just mean you didn't think about that decision. But public said public letter calling the UK stupid. If with friends like that, you don't need to meet enemies. Imagine you're married to your wife calls you stupid in public. Psh, that divorce, that divorce happens rapidly.
Very good morning to you. Welcome to the program. We start with breaking news. In just the last few moments, President Trump has launched an attack on the UK over the decision to hand the Chagos Islands to Mauritius. In a post just moments ago on Truth Social, the president called the decision an act of great stupidity.
Now, we should just pause and take a look at the whole statement, because this is pretty astonishing stuff, I have to say. He says, shockingly, our brilliant, in quotes, NATO ally, the United Kingdom, is currently planning to give away the island.
Brilliant. Oh, brilliant in brackets. That means dumb. Our brilliant NATO ally, the United Kingdom. Brilliant means stupid, basically. That's why it's in brackets. And in, what is it? Yeah.
Diego Garcia, the site of a vital US military base.
Last few moments, President Trump has launched an attack on the UK over the decision to hand the Chagos Islands to Mauritius. In a post just moments ago on Truth Social, the president called the decision an act of great stupidity.
Now, we should just pause and take a look at the whole statement, because this is pretty astonishing stuff, I have to say. He says, shockingly, our brilliant, in quotes, NATO ally, the United Kingdom, is currently planning to give away the island of Diego Garcia, the site of a vital US military base, to Mauritius, and to do so in capitals for no reason whatsoever. There's no doubt that China and Russia have noticed this.
For no reason. So England, the UK doesn't know its politics and why it does things. So Trump says they do it for no reason. There was no reason. They just decided to do it. I don't really care, you know what I'm saying, why they did it or whatever they used to do it and so forth. Because I believe both America and England are both expansionist countries, and they're just trying to rob the world. The only thing in the old days, you could, like, people just took people's power by force. But that's what I believe England and America are, basically, you know. So, like, all these political speaking nicely and stuff like that. Look, you're both people. You want to conquer the world. You want to steal people's resources and stuff like that. Yeah, whatever reason England did it. I don't know why England did it. I might look into it and make a video about it. But it's none of your... Okay, but if they would... You said they give... Even the way you're speaking about them is disrespectful.
Act of total weakness.
These are international powers who only recognise
in capitals for no reason whatsoever. There's no doubt that China and Russia have noticed this act of total weakness.
These are international powers who only recognise strength.
These people have Russia and China on their mind 24/7. China and Russia live rent free, yeah, in your mind because you bloody, what is it? Because you raped and pillaged the whole world, you project and you think that other countries like what to do. I don't think Russia wants to own the UK and make it its slave, but I do believe that England wants to make America its slave. England, if they had the capability, they're tiny now, but they could make, you know, the world their slave, and you know, and they would do it. So as same with America, you project the other countries, you know what I'm saying, wanna thing like Iran. You're talking about Iran. Iran has never messed with any other countries. Yeah, Iran. If you look at the timeline between Iran and America, Iran is all the way in the Middle East. America is all the way in America. Did Iran come over to America, or did the Middle East come over? Did the Middle East come over and mess with America first? No. Don't talk about 9/11. Before that happened, what happened? What happened? America weren't happy, yeah, with who Iran was gonna basically have as their leader, so they decided to, you know, infiltrate and overthrow the ruler of, what is it, Iran. Iran was minding their own business and so forth. Iran never came to America and so forth. And the whole thing to do with 9/11 and this, that, and the other and so forth, that was after Iran. Yeah, what is it? That was because no Muslim country has really attacked a Middle Eastern country has ever attacked, where is it, the West. For example, you can't say Bin Laden, because Bin Laden was exiled from Saudi Arabia. He was kicked out of Saudi Arabia. He was no leadership in Afghanistan or the government or anything. He fled to Afghanistan because he was kicked out and so forth. And even though killing innocent people is wrong and there's no excuse for it, he said the reason why he did 9/11 was because of America's selling arms to Palestine or whatever, this, that, and the other. Now the whole thing is he's wrong and evil just because American public pay taxes and stuff like that, and their money goes to arming, you know, sending arms to Israel and this, that, and the other. What does the average person working got to do with what the government does? Do you see what I'm saying? That's wrong and this, that, and the other. But no, which Muslim or which Middle Eastern government yeah, attacked America. None. The Middle people, the Middle Eastern countries and stuff were minding their own business, and then America decided to get involved, and infiltrate in Iran and overthrow their their leader. So stop all this rage baiting and stuff, and all this fear mongering and stuff about the Middle East is gonna attack us. Shut up, man. Anyway, let's get back to this. He called them weak, you know.
Which is why the United States of America, under my leadership, is now, after only 1 year, respected like never before. The UK giving away extremely important land is an act of great stupidity, capitalized, and is another in a very...
Stupid, you know. Do you call your friend stupid publicly? Do you call your friend weak publicly? That's humiliation, bruv. Our special relationship. This used to be like Tony Blair and George W. Bush. All the papers, like, come on, man. You're the lapdog, man. You're a bitch on a leash. That's what you are, man.
Long line of national security reasons why Greenland has to be acquired.
He goes on to say, Denmark and its European allies have to do the right thing. Thank you for your attention to this matter. And then he signs it off, President Donald J. Trump.
Well, let's bring in Mark Stone, who's able to join us on this. Mark, thanks so much for joining us at 2 a.m. I mean, this was as pointed as you could get from the US president to the UK, 24 hours or 20 hours after Keir Starmer ultimately tried to strike a conciliatory tone.
Yeah, and many months after the British thought that this issue was done and dusted. I mean, Diego Garcia is part of the Chagos Islands, and mid-year last year, the United Kingdom made a controversial decision, but a decision nonetheless, to hand sovereignty of the Chagos Islands back to Mauritius. And that, of course, included Diego Garcia. Now, the reason that the president, the reason that America in general over the past year has been exercised about this is because Diego Garcia is a very important, strategically important military base for the United States, as it is for the United Kingdom. But as part of the deal to hand sovereignty back to Mauritius, a 99-year lease was put in place for Diego Garcia, precisely so that the Americans and the British would be able still to operate there and effectively to run it for themselves. So that's the first point. But the second point is all this was done and dusted, and mid-year last year, I think it was May last year. It was something the Americans were really worried, the Brits were really worried about. Would the Americans have a problem with the whole issue of Diego Garcia and the Chagos? And mid-year last year, Trump was president, there was no problem. And yet suddenly, and look, the way you read that, and I'm only just reading it now as we speak as well, the sort of vibe and the tone of Trump's statement, which was 15 minutes ago he released this, almost as if he's only just discovered that this is happening.
Yeah, because
it's extraordinary. But look,
because what you don't understand, because what you don't understand, because what you don't understand is that Trump does what he wants, man. He's a bully. Like, yeah, he pretended that he's acting like this has happened, like he's shocked and stuff, because the vast majority of people in England, the average working class person doesn't know about England doing this with this island or wherever it was. You know what I'm saying? The reason why he's doing this is because Trump uses power to prove his point. Like, he's acting in shock, like he didn't know, because at the end of the day, he can use that as a reason for why he's angry, upset, and he's going to take Greenland. He's saying, right, you lot gave away this country. I need Greenland. I need Greenland because it's strategic and its resources. I'm going to take it anyway. Now, Greenland is part of Europe. Okay, how can I make myself look good even though I'm wrong? Okay, I'll just say because England gave away this other place that is beneficial or strategic to us, then I'm angry, yeah, and I'm right, yeah, to do this. So I'm taking Greenland because you gave away this European this strategic place for American England. He doesn't care. He's just gonna take what he wants. Yeah. He don't care if he looks good or bad, but he's gonna do some damn limitation, to try and make himself look good. But he knows he's lying. He knows it's not an excellent cover up, but he doesn't really care. The main thing is, I'm going to take it by force and I'm going to give you a stupid reason for why I'm doing it, or I'm going to lie about it. And what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You ain't going to do nothing, Jon Snow. You know nothing, Jon Snow. You know what I'm saying? Who the hell are you?
Wilf, the broader point is that, I was saying a day ago that it feels as though the wheels are truly coming off the transatlantic alliance, whether that be with the UK or with the European Union.
What alliance? You don't have an alliance.
But for the UK, the special
alliance, the
relationship, I mean, it's in a really bad way right now. And remember that Keir Starmer...
The transatlantic relationship. If you're talking about you in America, you don't have one. You don't have a relationship. You have America has you on a leash because it's their bitch.
Of Trump's statement, which was 15 minutes ago he released this, almost as if he's only just discovered that this is happening. It's extraordinary, but look, Sophie Wilf, the broader point is that, I was saying a day ago that it feels as though the wheels are truly coming off the transatlantic alliance, whether that be with the UK or with the European Union. But for the UK, the special relationship... It's in a really bad way right now. And remember that Keir Starmer, he's worked so hard and has had some success, no question, at trying to be the Trump whisperer, trying to be the guy who is able to be almost the bridge from Europe to America under Trump, to try and work out what on earth is going on. Right now, that feels like a very tricky place that Keir Starmer is in.
Mark, as to the timing of this, as you said, with particularly the fact that Chagos was sort of done and dusted ages ago, he's linked it to Greenland in his post. He's about to go to Davos, where he'll meet European leaders. Interestingly, not Keir Starmer.
The fact he's going to Davos or he's going to Europe and he's not even going to meet with Keir Starmer is that this. England's supposed to be, I know in size it's small, but it's supposed to be like a big country. It's supposed to be like England. It's supposed to be like the USA, then England, then Europe. That's how it's supposed to be in like if we was in like a fighting division of who's supposed to be controlling the world. The way the West sees it is America, England, then Europe. Even though England's a little country, I think America sees England. They respect. Not respect. It's not respect because this shows it's not respect. But because England had nearly controlled half of the world before and stuff like that and colonized it and stuff. I think it's not the way it's viewed is America's top, then England, then Europe. The fact that he didn't even, after calling England weak and stupid, he didn't he's not going. He's just showing that I don't respect you, man. You're nothing. You're weak and you're stupid.
We know he's a big negotiator, but and laying the groundwork for what he might say there. But it's pretty clear in recent days he is not backing down on Greenland.
He's not. I mean, I was in the studio with you. It was exactly a week ago, I think, just over a week ago, and you asked me that same question. Like, is he serious? And I said yes, he is. Look, he is absolutely serious about his desire to own Greenland, for Greenland to be part of America, and that's the tricky thing. Look, I was talking to Danish diplomats here in Washington late last week, and while they were somewhat encouraged by the meeting that they had with J.D. Vance and Marco Rubio, in that things didn't spiral further, it was still clear to them, and actually it's worth pointing out that J.D. Vance was the person in the meeting with the Danish Foreign Minister last week who talked about or raised the idea of finding some common ground. So that was encouraging from the Danes. But what they also recognized from that meeting is that Trump has a particular position, and that is to own Greenland. So they agreed to disagree, but at that point last week, they expected that maybe there would be room for negotiation and some middle ground could be found. I think those underneath Trump, underneath Trump, maybe not Marco Rubio, maybe not J.D. Vance, but some underneath Trump do believe that this Greenland thing is a distraction, that it should go away, and then maybe it will go back into the long grass. But from everything that Donald Trump,
it's not going away. He's going to take it. He's going to take it by force. He's going to push you. He's going to push Europe out of the way. Yeah, he's going to push England out of the way and take it. You are getting robbed. He's not joking. He's going to literally take it. By the time, I don't know how long President Trump has got left, yeah, but he's going to take as much land as he can. Venezuela he's already done, and so forth and so forth. Like, he's gonna take Greenland, which is in Europe. So he's already done some parts of another part of America. He's gonna do Europe, and then he's gonna go like Middle East. He's always doing it with Iran. He's looking to rob everyone, bro. Cause that's what he is, man. And you don't talk about morals and immigrants and they're destroying our culture. Your government is robbing and stealing people's resources. Be quiet, shut up and sit down, man. Can't talk about morals.
Himself has said over the past 48, 72 hours, it seems absolutely clear. This is the thing he really, really wants at the moment. Trying to find some compromise, trying to find some off-ramp to allow Donald Trump to feel like he's won, that he's got something. I think he's going to be really, really important in Davos at those meetings. And the Danes have been so clear, and the Europeans more broadly, you can basically do what you want in Greenland. And Mr. Trump is what they're saying. You can build more military bases. You can call them Fort Trump. You can build Trump Towers in Greenland. You can do what you want, except you can't have Greenland for yourself, because it is a people. It is a culture.
Danes and people of Greenland, Trump is taking it, and it's going to be his. So forget the American bases. He's going to own it, stamp it, and put it in his back pocket.
It is a country, and you can't just take another country. That's their view. And
you keep on watching. Of
course, more broadly,
you watch about. You keep saying it's your country and stuff. These people rule by force. That's why they're not going to touch China and Russia, because China and Russia know that America and England are bullies. Yeah, and they're ready. And which is it? Which one is it? North Korea, South Korea is the one on America's side. North Korea and all these countries. That's why Libya. They told the other countries not to have nuclear weapons. Why? Because then they invade you. Like Libya. If Libya had a nuclear weapon, yeah, it would have got invaded. Yeah, That's why they don't want Iran to get nuclear weapons, because then if you get nuclear weapons, it's a level playing field. Now, I don't believe in nuclear weapons and killing civilians and stuff, but look, if all the other countries have got nuclear weapons around you and this, that, and the other and so forth, and the only thing that stops them from sending troops or supporting other countries from attacking you, the only thing they listen to is nuclear weapons. They're not, trust me, they are not going to lay a hand on China, and they are not going to lay a hand on Russia, because they have weapons just like them. Some of China and Russia might even have weapons more powerful and more mileage, more distance that they can reach America. So they're not gonna bother China. They can talk and they can and sable rattle and fairmonger, but they are not going to touch China, and they are not going to touch Russia, because they know Russia and China do not play. And if you send weapons our way, we're gonna send it back to you. And if you try to threaten us and intimidate us and attack us, let's end it tonight. That's it. China and Russia have a mindset is that bullying us is not an option. Either you're gonna respect us or we're both gonna die. And that's the only thing America and England understand.
Say is that peace through strength is all very well, but strength together. The whole point of NATO, so argues Europe, is to collectively protect against any aggression from anywhere else.
There's no I in America. There's only there's no I in America. Sorry. There's no we in America, you know what I'm saying? There's no we, there's America and its slaves and its bitches on the lease.
And Trump, of course, seems to think he can do it on his own.
Mark, thank you very much indeed for that analysis. Mark Stone there from Washington.
Very well, but strength together. The whole point of NATO, so argues Europe.
Very good morning to you. Welcome to the program. Very good morning to you. Welcome to the program. We start with breaking news. In just the last few moments, President Trump has launched an attack on the UK over the decision to hand the Chagos Islands to Mauritius. In a post just moments ago on Truth Social, the president called the decision an act of great stupidity. Now,
we should just pause and take a look at the whole statement, because this is pretty astonishing stuff, I have to say. He says, shockingly, our brilliant, in quotes, NATO ally, the United Kingdom, is currently planning to...
Very good morning to you. Welcome to the program. We start with breaking news in just...
Trump calls England government. Trump calls UK government weak and stupid publicly.
Very good morning to you. Welcome to the program. We start with breaking news. In just the last few moments, President Trump has launched an attack on the UK over the decision to hand the Chagos Islands to Mauritius. In a post just moments ago on Truth Social, the president called the decision an act of great stupidity.
Now, we should just pause and take a look at the whole statement, because this is pretty astonishing stuff, I have to say. He says, shockingly, our brilliant, in quotes, NATO ally, the United Kingdom, is currently planning to give away the island of Diego Garcia, the site of a vital US military base, to Mauritius, and to do so in capitals for no reason whatsoever. There's no doubt that China and Russia have noticed this act of total weakness.
These are international powers who only recognize strength, which is why the United States of America, under my leadership, is now, after only 1 year, respected like never before. The UK giving away extremely important land is an act of great stupidity, capitalized, and is another in a very long line of national security reasons why Greenland has to be acquired.
He goes on to say, Denmark and its European allies have to do the right thing. Thank you for your attention to this matter. And then he signs it off, President Donald J. Trump.
Well, let's bring in Mark Stone, who's able to join us on this.